Hey there, nation. Welcome to the show where we help you to play miniatures wargaming on a budget. It is I, Commander CheapSkate, and we are back with another edition of Spoils of War. This is our series of videos that are dedicated to reviewing cigars, beers, and whiskeys. And today we're looking at an offering from the Weston Tobacco Company. This is their Black Ribbon cigar that is offered in Connecticut shade. And as always, these videos we're doing today are dedicated to our friend across the seas and our brother in arms, which is Big Puka. So Big Puka, if you're watching this one's dedicated to you, buddy. So like I was saying before, this is a cigar. This is a Robusto. It's a 5-inch by 64 of an inch diameter cigar with a Connecticut shade wrapper that is made by the Weston Tobacco Company. Weston Tobacco Company is located in the town of Weston in Missouri. It's a couple, I think about 10-15 miles north of Kansas City on the Missouri side of Kansas City. And it's a nice little, cute little town that's over there. They make a lot of handcrafted things, a lot of beers out there, as well as distillery. The McCormick Distillery, for anybody who's familiar with that brand, is located out in Weston, and so is his tobacco company. This one is actually kind of an interesting cigar. It's kind of like, it's hand rolled here in the United States, actually by the store's owner. The Weston Tobacco Company is kind of like this small little store where they actually hand roll the cigars there on site, so it's kind of neat because it's handmade. Now, some of the dimensions you need to know about this, like I said before, it's a Robusto, so it's about 5 inches in length, about 50/64 of an inch in diameter. It's got a nice U.S. Connecticut shade wrapper. It's got a nice silky texture to it. The binder is also a Habano binder, Habano steel binder. And if you wonder what that means, if you look at the inside of a cigar real quick, let me see if I can zoom in so you guys can see a little bit of it. If you'll notice on the outside, you got one color cigar, which is the tobacco leaf, which is the Connecticut. And inside you have another layer of circular layer of wrap. That's the tobacco leaves I used to wrap and to bind the cigar together. That's Habano steel binding. So Habano tobacco is similar to Connecticut in the sense that it's a lighter shade and it's more of a mellow flavor, but it's got a little bit more of a spicy hit to it because it's a Nicaraguan cigar. And the fillers, of course, are filled with Estilo as well as Candiga Nicaraguan tobaccos. It's going to have a nice spicy flavor, according to whatever research on it. So we're going to take the cigar, we're going to go ahead and punch it real quick in the back with a hole punch, and then light the cigar, and then begin the review. So with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, let's get this cigar review on a roll. Alright, so let's go ahead and talk about the feel and the aromas that we get off of this. So like I said, it's got a nice silky texture. Also, it's got a nice dense pack to it. Let's go and take the aroma notes off of this. It's got a very sweet aroma to it, which is very typical of Connecticut shade cigars. Connecticut shade cigars usually have a more mellow, sweet aroma, kind of like a sweet oaky kind of smell scent to them, and so that's very typical of these kind of tobaccos as well. Let me go and take another scent of it. Yeah, kind of like a mapley kind of aroma is what I'm getting off of it as well. So we're going to go ahead and light this. As you can see in the back, we have it punched already. We're going to light this cigar up. We're going to smoke the first third and tell you what our views are for the initial third of the cigar. We'll then go to the second third as well as the final third of the cigar and go ahead and talk about what kind of flavors we get from it. So with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, let's get this lit up and we'll go to the first third. Alright, so we're back. As you can see, we got the initial light on this. So right now we're going through the first third. Just for a couple of puffs on this so far. So as you can see, pretty well lit. Also burning pretty evenly on this one as well. Let's go ahead and give it a couple of puffs and see what kind of flavors you get from it. Right off the bat, a very mellow cigar for the most part. It's got a very mellow flavor to it. There's a little bit of a hint of spiciness at the end, like at the very, very end of it, like after you exhale the smoke, just at the tip of your tongue, you got a little bit of spice to it. But for the most part, very creamy, very, very mellow as well. It's got a very kind of slightly sweetened flavor, in my opinion, kind of like a maple kind of sweetness to it at the very beginning, but it's very, very mild. The sweetness is kind of almost subdued. Let's go take another puff of this real quick and try it out some more. Very mellow, like I said before, just a very genuine, easy, smooth cigar. So this will actually be a really good beginner cigar as well, because the flavor is very, very mild at this point. So, pretty good so far. We're going to go through the first third, and when we get to the second third, we'll tell you what our viewpoints are on that one as well. So, continuing on. And we're back. So the first third, very much like the very initial flavor throughout, very, very smooth with a little bit of hint of spice at the end. So the very first third was an actually delicious cigar. We're now entering the second third, and once again the flavors are pretty much kind of staying consistency throughout. You still got a nice smooth texture to it, very creamy texture. In fact, let me take a puff on it real quick. Still a very mild sweetness throughout it as well, and like I said before, that very subdued spiciness at the end is still pretty prevalent throughout the entirety of the cigar so far. So the second third is coming off very, very nicely, just like the first third. So we're going to smoke it down to the last third, and then we'll give our final notes on the review for the cigar, and then we'll move on. Alright, so we'll be back in a little bit. Alright, so now we're back for the very final third of the cigar. The first 2/3 of it were exceptionally delicious, very, very smooth with a mild sweetness as well as a mild spiciness at the end note. So now we're final to the final third. So let's go ahead and give this a quick puff real quick and try this out. Very much mild flavor throughout as well. Very, very mild with a little bit of a hint of sweetness. The spicy note at the end is a little bit more prevalent, but that's not surprising considering that we're on the final third of the cigar as well. This is a very enjoyable smoke. I'm seeing myself smoking this all the way down to the nub. It's very delicious. So if you ever get a chance, grab yourself a Connecticut Shade Black Ribbon cigar from Weston Tobacco Company. You can find them online. They sell them in patent bundles of 20 for a pretty moderate price. So very, very good selection on this one. So that's going to do it for this review. As always, you guys, please feel free to like, comment, and or subscribe. Your guys' input is available as always. Also check us out on Instagram, Google+, Blogger, as well as Facebook for all the latest and greatest about our hobby. That's going to do it for this one, you guys. You guys stay classy. Peace out.